rainy Saturday morning. Washington, you really know how to throw me for a loop. So, this morning we are heading out for Bothell with Making Local in downtown Bothell. One of my favorite events to shop. I've also done this event a few times, but personally definitely one of my favorite events to go shop at. Unfortunately it is gross out. It is so gross. I would take the cold and wind of last weekend over rain most of the time. As much as rain or wind like sucks with a tent, rain deters people, and also it's going to make like setup and stuff much harder. So this morning we're gonna go grab some caffeine real quick, and then I am on the road to Bothell. I'm trying to get out of the house as early as I can for a couple of reasons. One, I want to get caffeine at Dutch Brothers. You literally never know what the line's gonna be like there. Number two, it is Memorial Day weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, so there is a really good chance of traffic. I'm optimistic that traffic won't be that bad at this point in the morning, because it is too late for the super early leavers, and nobody here is really gonna do anything this weekend, like going out and stuff, at least not into like nature or anything, because it is dumping right now. So, and then I messaged the coordinator, Sarah, who is an absolute saint, and asked about setting up just a smidge early to make my life a little bit easier, just because my setup has become a little more complex over the past year or so as I've like expanded products and things like that. So we chatted, and I'm going to be able to pull right up to my spot, unload quickly, and then go park instead of parking and then loading out to it, which it wasn't very far away, but especially with like the rain and just like everything, it's definitely more ideal to just load out of my car. So I'm trying to get there early so I can do that, and then that way I'm not like inconveniencing anybody. So if there's an insanely long line at Dutch Brothers, I probably won't do it, or I probably won't get it, just because yeah, I can't really afford to waste all that time. So other than that, we are on our way. Nicely fully loaded car. Gonna test out some new, like a new checkout stand kind of situation, and I have a new banner that is going to go across the front of my canopy on the outside. So that should be really fun. Fingers crossed for no rain, easy loadout, caffeine. All right, that's it. We'll see you in a bit. Thank goodness it is super empty. coming out, which is really nice because I do not want to put away my canopy wet. I made the mistake of doing that in December. Didn't open it up till April. Oops. So, but I have a new checkout stand set up that I really like. I think there's probably a little bit of a clip with it, but here, let me show you kind of the behind. So this is what it looks like from the behind. I've got this piece. It's literally just a wood sign from Michael's. All right, so here's the back side. Right now, I've currently got my phone charging down here. In my cash box, I've got like some extra stuff back here. I have a hook. This is just like a shower curtain hook that a friend gave me in a market like 3 years ago to hold bags. And then yeah, this is just a big wood sign, but it has given me so much more space. And then I used Gorilla Tape to just kind of stick it down, so it's not totally permanent, but it's a little nothing. Alright, since I have some time, I figured I'd give a little bit of a tour of what I keep in my little cash box. I used to have one of the really big ones, but now I have a small one and I majorly prefer it because it's way less heavy. Other than the obvious of cash, which I have just over here right now, these are what I have. I have an extra price sheet. I have some extra pricing tags. I have business cards, some stickers that say like thank you for shopping. I have one of my favorite things. It turns into a tripod. Here, let me show you. And then your phone goes in here. Super useful for getting selfies or taking video at the market. So that stays in here. Also great for content at home. I've got a Sharpie and I have an extra pen, GoPro batteries, a hair tie, which currently I don't really need because my hair is very short. This lucky coin that was given to me by a market friend about 2 years ago. Some more extra old branding business cards. Wear a card swiper in the rare chance that I need one. Some Mend lip balm. And then this is like a multi-tool thing that I always keep just in case I need it. But yeah, that's kind of what I keep in here. Otherwise, I also have my regular square reader as well. And then I have Goth's cleaning cloth. And I write all of my purchases at every market in a little notebook. I usually go through 2 of these a year, sometimes more depending on how many markets I have. But that's what I keep back here. Everybody has a different name for this. This is what I call my oh shit bag. Essentially, this is most of the stuff that I really use in an emergency, last minute issue, or even sometimes things that I use at almost every market. So let's go through it together. First off, in this little sack, a pair of scissors. This sack here, extra pricing things, extra hooks for my pegboard, clothespins, things that I use. Next, charging cord for my square. One thing of string lights, battery powered. I think that one needs to be replaced though. Another string of battery powered lights. One of my OG chapstick keeper designs with Carmex. Gorilla Tape that I need to restock. A pen. Somebody decided to use a few markets ago, so I'm not going to cheap anybody out. Now it's mine. Finishing up the oh shit bag tour. Next I have some extra labels for different things and some freebie stickers that I had, but they're just like little freebies. And then this is kind of like personal care stuff. I've got like a little kind of emergency first aid pack, which has come in handy. Some Altoids, an extra chapstick that's never been opened. It was just for display. And some deodorant, which comes in handy during summertime. So that's kind of what I keep in this bag. Everybody has like their own version of it. Some people have them in boxes, bags. Some people like just store them in their cash box and stuff. But it's always nice to have the bare necessities. I also keep like basically a mini pharmacy in my purse of ibuprofen, Advil, Tums, all that sort of stuff. Anything I could really need at a market that I don't have easy access to, especially because I would say 95% of my markets all by myself. Like today, it was really nice. The coordinator gave me a break to go pee. What a treat. I actually just upgraded to a brand new bag. My other one was thrashed. So, season, new gallons of black bag. bag. And then this goes in, I have down here, I have my bin that has all my bags and everything in it. And then at the end of the day, this will just get stuffed in there. These all my handle bags and stuff make it with me to every single market. So I always have all of this stuff with me. I never leave it behind. And then I will just keep it tucked down there, ready to go for whenever I need it. Hello. We are back after the long Memorial Day weekend. I took a couple of days to relax and regroup after the market. I spent some time like unloading my car and starting into inventory and everything because, excitingly enough, I definitely had a few things sell out this weekend. So I did want to put a little disclaimer at the front of this video just to say that there are two variables that I think that heavily affected this weekend when it came to sales and turnout. The first one being the weather. Washington has been bipolar as usual, switching between warm and sunny to cold and rainy. The flip-flopping is so annoying. We had some pretty gnarly wind and rain on Saturday, and I do think that that affected turnout. But again, the coordinator cannot do anything about that. That's so out of our control. And honestly, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you just kind of get used to it. The other thing, and this is more on me for not realizing it when I applied for the market and accepted, is that it was Memorial Day weekend and I didn't really think about people being out of town. Just two things that I wanted to kind of throw out there first, because they might have affected numbers a little bit. And if they did, that's okay. It's all part of being a business owner. Markets, we're used to it. So we're gonna start with just kind of like overall vibes from the market and how things went, and then I'll get into the nitty gritty, which I have now lovingly called the aftermarket roundup. And I'll get into this in a minute. So this was the Making Local Market in downtown Bothell. It was from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Load in and load out was super easy. So if you have ever been to this market, or if you haven't, basically it is laid out along a street. There is an area that is off to one side that has multiple vendors. There are vendors down the street, and then there's also a parking lot that you can go to that is across the street. I was in the parking lot. The other two times that I have been at Bothell, I was in the street area. I don't think that any specific area really affects how well you do at the market, because it's so well laid out and there's so many vendors that I feel like people spend the time going to everywhere, which is really nice. Load in and load out, like I said, so easy. I messaged the coordinator early and checked in to see if I could show up to the event a little bit early, and I was able to pull right up to my spot, unload quickly, go park my car, come back and start setting up, which was really nice because it was raining by the time that I was starting setup. So I was able to pop my canopy up, get my sidewalls put on, which ended up being a really big lifesaver because of all the wind, and just start getting all set up. Basically my 2 hours for prep, well, about 2.5 hours by being there early, they flew by, but I was able to get set up exactly in the amount of time that I needed to. And I think that having all that extra time last week at Fisherman's Village Night Market, when I was setting up for that event, I think it really helped me hone in my setup. So that was really nice. So the market did start a little bit slow. I think it was just because it was raining during setup and stuff like that, but it did eventually get a little sunny and it did end up drying out. Granted, the drying out was because it was really windy, but yeah, it was a really nice market though. Bothell is one of those places where the people that are shopping they always seem so happy to be there. And I've been having these amazing conversations with people. Shout out if you're one of them. Talking about books. That's one of the greatest things about having all these book related products. is people love to talk books, especially because there's so many popular books right now. It's been really fun to chit chat and, you know, get recommendations for new books, tell people what my favorite books are, you know, resources, all that sort of stuff. So it's been a lot of fun chit-chatting with you guys about books, because that's basically my personality is essentially my business and books. So it's been really great to chat about them. So yeah, throughout the day, it was just kind of an up and down wave of customers. Sometimes it would be really busy, sometimes it would be a little bit slow, but I really genuinely believe that weather affected a lot of that. I think everybody is getting tired of the rain and cold and just the grossness right now, and we're kind of all hibernating through that, or at least trying to anyways. But overall, it was a really easy setup, load in, load out. So if you're local to Bothell or willing to travel, Sarah with Making Local Markets, you can look them up on Instagram. She's a wonderful coordinator. I genuinely have such an amazing time every single time. So we'll get into the aftermarket roundup. I'm going to start with letting you know how many sales I had. So for this market, I had 69 sales. It's really interesting though, my top selling items and just what sold the most out of everything really changed with this market. So I'll get into that in just a second, but I was going to show off my little sheet here so you can actually kind of see all my totals and everything right here. But I finally went and typed everything out so I'm not handwriting into my notebook every time, and it just making my life much easier for when I do kind of like my post-market check-in with myself to see how much things sold and all that sort of stuff. So anyways, the product that sold the best this time, with selling 18 of them, not star toppers, bookmarks. So again, this ties into all of the great bookish conversations that I had. I sold 18 bookmarks, which is fantastic. After that, I had a tie between 3 different products, straw toppers, individual stickers, and the sticker deal of 4 for $10. So all of those sold 17 times, which is amazing. After that was car coasters, selling 15 of those. Then after that was sun catchers with 9 of them. Keychains 7, chapstick keepers 7, sticky notepads, which was awesome, 7. I actually sold out of a design of sticky notepads, so that's cool. After that was only 6 straws, 5 tote bags, because I've introduced some new tote bags. Finally, some cups, only 5 of the 16-ounce cups. Oh, I missed one earlier, 7 of the small koozies, so those did pretty well too. All right, kind of miscellaneous from here instead of going in order, just because it's kind of hard. I only sold 1 glass mug, 2 20-ounce glass cups, 2 large koozies, 3 mystery packs, 2 sticker sheets, 1 wrist split, 2 spiral notebooks, 1 5x7 notepad, 2 pens, no of my 3 pen packs, and that's kind of it. So that was 69 individual sales. I don't know even how many individual products that was, but it was really interesting to see how differently things lined up sales wise, and just what people bought in Bothell versus what people bought at Everett, 2 very different events. I would still consider this a very successful market. When there's a lot of factors at play that can affect the turnout of the market, you just kind of have to go into it with an open mind, and that is what I told myself, knowing that the weather was kind of bad and that it was a holiday weekend. I'm kind of starting to get to the point where I really have to start planning for the street fair that is in July, because certain things that I restock might take longer than others to get here. So I need to start planning for that now. I need to give myself time in case there's any issues to be able to like fix those issues. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm hoping some of the more informational bits of this video are things that you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you ever would like a video solely talking about different aspects of my booth and what I have found worked and didn't work for me. I actually had a conversation with somebody earlier this week just about like signage in their booth and just layout things, and I really enjoy helping people with that sort of stuff. So if you ever have any questions or want more details about certain aspects of my booth, I am definitely more than happy to help. Let me know. But anyways, thank you for joining on this super fun market vlog. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and we'll catch you for the next market vlog. Bye.